So September 2023 in a storm season. Yeah, you got the hurricanes and all that stuff going on in the south. And even in Ohio this year, you see that right there? Right there? We've been getting a lot of storms and the power outages have been freaking insane. And I dislike it very much when my power goes out. So this week I'm dedicating basically the whole week to power supplies. And this one here is a powerhouse. We got some big ones that we brought to the channel, but this one right here really sort of shocked me with how much I was able to do with it. And I'm telling you now, if you're tired of power outages and you're looking for a power supply that's light, portable, but packs a ton of freaking power, you don't want to miss this. So what exactly do we have right here today? Well, this is the brand new Anker SOLIX C1000, just hit the market. And when I first got this unit, I sort of looked at it and was like, this isn't really going to do anything. But believe it or not, this thing actually has more options, more cool functions than some of the more expensive, bigger bad boys on the market today. So today I'll show you how to set this thing up, show you what it can and maybe can't do, all the functions, and tell you why I absolutely love it and why you're probably going to absolutely love it as well. So right off the bat, this thing is super light for what it is. I could sit there and I could make this video all day long. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah, oh, the burn. Getting old. But in all seriousness, it's light. Anybody can pick this thing up, move it around. Come on, come on, come on, come on. But look at the front of this thing. For the size of it, look at what you're getting. What I was really surprised to see is you're not getting not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, but 6 different 110 outlets on this bad boy, plus a surge pad right there. Not only that, you're gonna get not one, but 2 IQ fast charging C ports, and then 2 IQ USB style ports. And you also got your car socket right here. Look at it. And they're really simple to turn on and off. So if I want to turn this system on, I just push this, hold it for a second, it's gonna kick on. You can see I'm at 100% right now. If I wanted to turn my car socket on or off, I can use this button right here. You can see that's blinking up on top right there. Same thing with here. If I want to turn these on, I just push that button right there. You can see that light kicks on in the middle. And then if I want to shut these off, yeah, you get the point. But here's one of the features that Anker put on that a lot of other companies just don't, even on their more expensive, larger models. And that's, well, right there. You can see that you got 4 different settings. You got a high, off, low, medium, high, off, low, medium, high. You get it. You would think that it's a no-brainer to add a light to a power supply like this, but believe it or not, a lot of these other companies just aren't doing it, and Anker did, so good on you. Now on the back right here, you can add external batteries to this thing, like so, and if you wanted to, you can expand this system out to make it bigger, larger. If you don't want to do that, well, you just shut it off, just like so. And then on this side, well, they did a really good job on this as well. So this is obviously your reset button. So if you overload this, which we'll show you here in a bit, just come over here, reset it, and it kicks everything right back to normal. You can charge this between 1 and 120 volts. They give you this. It comes in a kit instead of that big power bank, and this thing charges crazy fast. So let's talk about this, the power discharge on this and the charging of this thing. Check out the specs on this bad boy. Those are crazy awesome specs, and for the size of this, the thing you can run off this, the things you can run off of this, it is a really, really awesome, powerful unit. This right here, well, you'll get a few different cables with this system. So the first set of cables you're gonna get is your 12-volt car charging system. So you would take this and plug it into your, call it a cigarette lighter. Nobody uses it for cigarette lighters, I don't think anymore. But you plug it in, and then this part right here goes into this part right there. So now when you're on the way to the camping trip, your tailgate, whatever, you just need to repower, well, there you go. You can use your car to do it. You're also gonna get these 2 cables right here. Now it's basically a splitter, so there's your one end, and here's the other end with these right there. So what do? Well, this is an XT60 style of cable, and that allows this thing to charge up with solar power. I wish they would have put MC4 adapters in here, but whatever. You can buy a cheap adapter on Amazon and then run basically any type of solar panel or panels that you have on this. Now, obviously, Anker, they have their own solar panels, but I'm just gonna use my Hubarfre to solar panels with this. All right, so let's talk about power. How much can you put into this bad boy, and how much can you use on this bad boy, or how much can you run off of this bad boy? So this is a C1000 Anker power station. In actuality, this thing has 1,056 watt hours. Now, to give you an idea of how much battery you have here, the wall battery that I have right here is a 4AH battery. It's a 20 volt. In this battery, you have 80 watt hours of runtime, which means you can put this 4AH D-wall battery into this 13.2 times. It's real nice like. As far as the app goes, I mean, it's so simple to use. So it doesn't matter if you're using an iPhone or an Android device. You download the Anker app, and what's beautiful about this, you can control the entire device, but it's also Wi-Fi, not only Bluetooth, but Wi-Fi enabled, so you can control this from 100 miles away. Up on the top, you can see this is where your charge is at, 37% and charging. It's going to tell you what temperature it is. It's going to tell you how hot, cold it is outside, how much longer for a full charge on your unit, or how much time you have left while you're discharging. Now you can see on the bottom, my USB output is about 5 to 8 watts. It just trickled my phone's fully charged, so just keeping it charged. The AC input, I'm charging this right now. I can charge this from 1,000 watts on a slower speed up to 1,400 watts on the input, which is insane for a unit this size. Yeah, you can switch that back and forth. So if you're worried about your devices charging too fast, well, put it on a slower charge. And the DC input, you can see now I got some solar plugged in. We're going to go 86 watts, and we'll bring this all the way up to 600 watts if you wanted to. Look at that 117, 140 watts. So we're charging this thing up and using it at the same time. 160 watts right there, 176 watts right there. And yes, you can charge this with your solar at the same time. You got it plugged into your car battery. You can plug it into your extension cord. So yeah, it'll take all kind of input at the same time. This is also crazy that you can charge this thing fully from 0 to 100% within 58 minutes if you're using full bore. Now check this out, what else I got going on down here. You can turn on and off your AC outputs, your car ports, all that stuff simply by hitting a button. You can select screen timeouts for 1 hour, 2 hours, or have it run all the time. You can also turn that brightness on the light earlier in the video I showed you from off to low to medium to high simply by pushing those buttons right there. So again, screensaver, everything on this. I also claim that you can run up to 99% of all devices out there. So if you're camping, you're tailgating again, and what's cool about this, even power tools, you're going to be able to run your circular saws and all that good stuff off of this. If you're a handyman or just somebody that needs some power on site, you can't reach an extension cord, you're doing stuff out in the yard, whatever, they got you. I mean, this thing is a small little beast. All right, so let's take it out. Let's see what this thing can do. We're going to charge and run a couple different things at the same time on this unit right here. Now it's extremely sunny out, and you can see that that screen is super bright. I have a few different things hooked up. We're putting out 1,640 watts. We're going to try to get this thing to clip out. 1,645 watts right now. We got an M12 battery from Milwaukee IA. We got the new supercharger M18 batteries from Milwaukee IA. We're just going to plug more in. We got an Ego rapid charger with the Ego battery on there. You can see that we're at 1,782 watts out right now. We're bringing in 141 watts. We can hook up some more solar panels. Now at 1,825 watts, we're reaching that 2,400 watts pretty quickly. But I'll tell you, with the wattage out, that is very impressive for a unit this size, and be able to bring in 1,400. Let's charge my phone. We're going to put my phoneage in there, and we'll just plug that in. I want to get a couple different things going at the same time right here. Let's do a Ryobi, not Ryobi battery. It's 4H, and that is their new rapid charger. All right, so let's bring the app out here, and we're at 1781, and we're just going to plug in more stuff here. We're going to put in the Ego. We're going to push it. We're at 1900. What I'm noticing is, this thing sort of like discharges the power. It tries to save itself. It cools it down. The fan's kicking in. We're just pushing this thing to the low. There's the Ego battery, and we're going to plug that in right there. And we're really going to see if we can spike this. And, 2,400 watts out, that's the max. We're really close to that and still working fine. And then even when you start going over like the 2,400, it wants to like protect itself. I'm trying to get this thing to shut off. Let's try this skill grinder right here. We're going to plug it into our last outlet and such. And everything's on. That's the button that turns on the outlets, and all that. We're making sure everything's good to go. Now, I'll tell you what's really impressive. I got this grinder going. I mean, it is really pushing it to a limit. What it's trying to do now is protect itself, right? Instead of just shutting everything down, I think it tries to pull from one thing and then kind of divert it to another. It's really pushing everything towards that skill. It's just drawing, but all the batteries are still charging, and it's still running the grinder, but eventually it does give off right about here. I mean, this thing was really overloaded, and all you do is you hit that little reset button right there, and it kicks right back on. You just turn your power back on, and everything's good to go. You can discharge it and everything, like it doesn't miss a beat. So what a fantastic little, I'm telling you, this solar powered bank is a powerhouse. I mean, it's a solar generator. I mean, it is just really something else with, you know, 1800 watts, 1900 up to 2400 watts on the surge pad. But there you go. We're running 22 right there, 19 right there, no issues. And yeah, the app's super easy to use. Again, it's telling you the temperature of the battery, how much you have, 13%, how much longer you get. It is just a really good app. And I'll tell you what, it's nice. It's Wi-Fi connected. You can also do Bluetooth, but you don't even have to be home if you want to monitor this thing. And here's one other thing that might not seem like a big deal, but comparing to some other units, this is amazing. The LED screen. It is amazingly super clean, super bright, and you can adjust the brightnesses on this. Doesn't matter which angle you're looking at it from, you can see it crystal freaking clear. This is why Anker is one of the best in the business. I'm telling you, this thing, I'm just blown away with. It's a power supply, but it's a powerhouse at the same time for being so small. I love the design on it as well. It's sleek, it's cool, it's real nice like. And I believe they're also on sale right now. Believe it or not, they just came out with this thing, but they're running the deal. So I'll leave a link in the description below for you to check this thing out. If that's something you want to do, if you're something you're interested in, I'm telling you, this is a legit powerhouse, power bank, power supply, whatever you want to call it. This is why Anker's one of the top brands, leading brands in this market, and definitely check this thing out. But of course, I want to know what you think about this unit. Leave me that sweet feedback in the comment section below. If you like this video and it helped you out, please don't forget to smash that like button. It's greatly appreciated. If you want to see more power stations, get subscribed, hit that bell notification, because this is Power Station Week. Solar generator, whatever you call them. Check out this video right here. Back with more videos soon.